Here's your host, Alex Garrett.
All right, well, it's Mother's Day, and I hope all the moms out there have had a beautiful day. Hope that you've honored your mom the right way and honored her fully. I hope it's been a beautiful Mother's Day. Also, I am intrigued that they've also included the term mother-like figures as well. So, anybody who's been as nurturing and as motherly, kudos to you also. Now, why am I doing this podcast almost every day and having fun with it and enjoying it? Well, I gotta tell you, it's because of my mom. Yeah, my dad had me at George Steinbrenner Suite, had me at different things over the years. But my mom, at the age of 5, when I was 5 years old, remember now, she's a journalism guru. She was a journalist for the Brooklyn Paper and other local outlets, Daily News. We used to go to the Daily News building and all that fun stuff. So at 5 years old, when I really want to play the game of baseball and other sports, but really maybe couldn't keep up with the bigger kids, the, I guess, able-bodied kids, if you will, Mom said, why don't you go into broadcasting? That was when I was 5 years old. And here I am, age 32, with a podcast that continues to grow. We continue to get downloads. We continue to get great guests and people partnering up with us through Podmatch and whatnot. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm on the mic today because my mom, when I was at the age of 5, had the best advice, which was go into the media, go into broadcasting, call the games. You know when I started that? On my little Sega Genesis. I was doing games as I was playing the hockey games. I call the action, going up the ice, down the ice on my Sega Genesis, calling out the numbers. All right, so-and-so to so-and-so, shoot, score, you know. And I think that advice from my mom, who, by the way, is kicking ass in her college career. Maybe we'll get to talk about that. And you'll see it this Friday. We'll see. But my mom not only has given me the best advice every time, but she's also carved her own path out in life through thick and thin. And let me tell you that I am so proud that she was continuing to be her own person while being a mom. She went out there and did events in journalism. She went out there and worked her butt off at different jobs over the years. Yes, to support my needs as someone with special needs, if you will, growing up, but also to advance her own career. She has continually carved out her own path while being a mom. And that is really, with the challenges, that I'm sure she faced from minute one of motherhood on October 20, 1991. That is really honorable and something to be proud of as her son. That she was able to balance what we were going through as a family with making sure those columns were posted, or those blogs or those galleries, right, with BeliefNet were posted. She really... What did I write today on Facebook? I had it kind of written out, and I'll share it with you. Because what she's accomplished in 32 and a half years as a mom and still accomplishing so much would make any son or daughter smile. Makes me smile. She's continually worked on getting her master's degree in public history, even through the loss of my dad, through some health stuff, she is continuing to master her own life. And that's something to look up to in my own world, when I may not be totally healthy all the time. But that being said, 5 years old, on the apartment rugs in East 44th, she said, just go into media. And boy, when she gave me that license to talk, I haven't shut up since. Literally have not shut up since. And I think that is worth something to podcast about. And from calling games on my TV screen to interviewing those who actually call the game, like Bob Wolf and Kenny Albert, and getting to know all these people in the sports media world, Nithin now, the NR Hour. There's no coincidence that my mom set a trajectory for my media path. And I want to thank her for that on this podcast on Mother's Day 2024 by giving me that simple advice of not trying to play the game, but why not call the game? And I've been talking and calling and podcasting and going on radio and all that fun stuff ever since. And we can all have my mom to thank for that. And I want to thank her for always taking care of my needs, my care, and never not being there. Even when she's not been as healthy or undergoing a recovery from different surgeries. And I want to thank her for involving my stepdad, Vic, who created the mantle. And I love you, Pops, but I gotta say, Vic created the mantle of stable fatherhood in my world. And I am so grateful my mom and him married. I'm grateful that she brought him into our world. And that was yet another life-changing decision she made that made everything almost seamless. Even through my health crises, the emotional support made everything seamless. I could be, sorry to say this, having a hot dog stuck at whatever age. But I always got through it because they were so calm about it. Yeah, maybe a little freaked out, but ultimately it was that calming when we got into the operating room that she had. That I'll never forget as I get older in my own years here. By the way, my mom also would be noticed. I noticed her voice as soon as she's walked into any place, any room, whether it be at Viscardi or any place we were at. I always knew my mom was in the same room because her voice resonated. And it'll always resonate on this and every Mother's Day. So I hope tonight you take your mom's advice, whatever it might be, whatever situation you're dealing with. I pray you've had as a supportive mom as I've been fortunate to have. And that you had a really blessed day. And that never not listen to mom. Mother's instinct is real. And I know in my community, the mothers of our community, the instinct they had is why many of us, thankfully, are still here today. And the likes of Max Gold's mom, Lynn, gave him the best life he could have for as long as he was meant to be here. Same goes with Donna Mohan and, Michelle's mom, Michelle Mohan's mom. They, and Hillary Bernstein's mom, Barbara, they all fought for their kid and made sure they were here for as long as they possibly could, for as long as, I guess you'd say, God needed them here, powering through their disability and inspiring others. Michelle Mohan had this mitochondrial disease fundraiser that benefited foundations supporting kids with mitochondrial disease. She made an impact. Hillary was a big part of our core, even while she was at Blythedale or any rehab facility from surgery after surgery. That's because her mom made sure she would be involved even from afar. And what can we say about Max? Okay, Max and his mom were always there for everyone in the class. She was always present, always making sure Max was taken care of, and gave him the best 32 years of life. 31 and a half, actually. And, we miss, I don't know if I should say it, we miss Matt Lindblad's mom, who did pass away. Colleen Lindblad was a nurse and also an incredible mom to both Matt and Katie. And of course, there's Addie's mom, Gloria, who continues to be by Addie's side as she's kicking ass in DC. And that's also because even as all of us got older, I have to believe, as much as our parents fight for us, we listen to them. That's why we're able to be here. That's why I'm able to be behind the mic for another Mother's Day. Because I've listened to my mom's advice on ways to stay here another year, to keep going, to keep living, and living as best I can, and as healthily as I can. So listen to your mom's advice. Your mother's instinct is never wrong. And I think of the woman that birthed my mom, my grandmother, Dee Dee, Shirley. It's amazing to me that one woman who had 3 kids, my mom, my Aunt Ricky, and my Aunt Nikki, created this incredible family of 12 grandchildren, right? And dozens of great-grandkids who will probably go on to create more kids and expand our family. Whether it be the Rosenbergs, the Fisks, and maybe one day I'll be fortunate enough to expand my own family tree. I don't know about that yet. Not rushing into it, but maybe. But I'm always amazed that Shirley Brockway not only lived to 100, but what she did in 100 years on this earth. Her legacy is felt today, this Mother's Day and every Mother's Day, by the 3 women that she created and raised, and also the offspring of those women who continue to tell the story of Shirley Brockway's life and legacy in the impact she had as a senior citizens center director, as a mother, as a grandmother, a great-grandmother. And I will proudly continue to tell the story of my grandmother, Shirley Brockway. Because 100 years is just the tip of the iceberg. It's what she made of those 100 years that matter the most. It's what my mom has done in 32 and a half years as a mom, and before that as a journalist, that continue to flow through my veins. My writing, my journalistic instincts, my need to be on the scene, that comes from my mom, who was a beat reporter, who was out on the street reporting different things happening in different areas of the city for different newspapers. That instinct, I think, comes from my mom. And I am thankful I inherited that. And I'm thankful that my mom continues to be the amazing woman she is, continues to accomplish so much, and doesn't let anything stop her. Anything. And that's a lot to be proud of this Mother's Day. And yes, for keeping me alive for 32 and a half years, I do feel like the baton is being passed on to me to continue staying alive. And even in moments where I feel kind of down or whatever, I think of the efforts of my parents to keep me here. And that gets me going. That fires me up. That motivates me. And I think the best Mother's Day present we can give our moms is that to show we're growing. We're going beyond where we were a year ago. And expanding. Whether it be expanding roles at work, or expanding roles with new job opportunities, we're always expanding. That is the greatest gift we can give our parents. Especially our mom. Because our mom is our foundation, our base, where we started. And where we can learn from. Where we do learn from. And I am thankful to have this stable home that my mom created, that my stepdad helped build even more after 1999. And I'll always be thankful for that stability and for that love and for that care. And that drive. And I guess it's selfish to say that drive to keep me alive, but that drive to keep me alive, yes. So I started this talking about the advice she gave me. But there's tons of other advice along the way that I'm learning to intake and utilize to the best I can each and every day. Love you, Mom. And I'm proud to be your son. On Mother's Day 2024 and forever, really. Hope you've enjoyed this Mother's Day. And thank you to you and all the moms out there for shaping us into who we've become today. And I want to end with this quote that I saw. It's from Anonymous because I don't know where it came from, but I'll just tell you. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. And it's true, our moms always know the direction to go. And no matter where this path and life takes me, I continue to lean on Mom and always will. And yeah, she's on the money with her advice. And I'm better for it. Love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day 2024.